Professor Rao. Okay, okay. Old
Or you
professor.
can call me professor. It's simple, so that no issues. So are you going to record, or already you have started recording?
No, I'm actually just starting the recording now, so I'll say hi and hello to
Uh,
Professor M.S. Rao from India.
uh, Thank you.
Hi and or actually good afternoon, I could say, because I know it's you're what is it, 4.5 hours after me here in Sweden. I think yes, 4.5
It is
hours.
afternoon in India.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Great. Thank you for being on the show. Actually, we've met on LinkedIn, and it's actually quite cool to see how many people one meets on LinkedIn and creates really good relationships with. And I'm really happy to have you here on the show and have you here on the recording. So, but as I just to back things up, because people might not know, well, I don't know me, and they might not know you. My first question to all of my guests is always the same thing. It's who are you and what do you do? That's my first question.
So you can ask questions one after another. What is the first question?
The first question is to introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, I'm Professor M.S. Rao. I served in the Indian Air Force. I was a soldier, then became an entrepreneur, became an educator, then I became an author. I don't know what happens next about me. Probably I may become briefly about me. And I have authored more than 50 books, including the award-winning book titled "See the Litany for the Noble Laureate." Dalai Lama in a foreword. Here is the book. You can see it. Okay, this is the book. For
Ah,
which the Noble Laureate, His Holiness Dalai Lama, has written a foreword.
yeah.
Book.
I know, and I know that the one specific thing you speak a lot about is the concept of soft leadership.
Yeah. Yeah, I speak about soft leadership. In fact, I have categories training, development, students, executive education, gender, mindfulness, and one of the areas I am emphasizing right now is soft leadership. This is the book on soft leadership. This is the book on soft leadership.
Yes. And how would you explain the concept of soft leadership?
Soft leadership is something I coined. Why? Because when I conducted training programs in India for EMBA students and MBA students and NDP programs, I got lots of inquiries from students and also from executives. Then they felt that there was a need for exploring some new leadership leadership styles like servant leadership, democratic leadership, delegative leadership, then autocratic leadership. Like that, there are plenty of leadership styles, and they are fed up with outdated leadership styles. Then they said they advised me to explore something new. Then I started this new leadership, that is soft leadership. Okay, now the soft leadership is the one I have coined because I have year 2011, and leadership is very close to my heart because I am an Indian Air Force veteran. So I blended soft skills with leadership and this book I have dedicated this book to Peter Drucker, the father of modern management, and Philip Kotler, the father of modern marketing, has written a foreword for this book, and uh, the father of modern HR, Dave Ulrich, has created LCs for this one, and I am known as the father of soft leadership globally. And I have written a couple of books on soft leadership on in various categories like peace, prosperity, then about millennials, like various generations. So like that, I have written books on soft leadership. I think on an average, I have written 6 books on soft leadership alone. So this leadership style is something very unique, and this blends both soft skills and soft skills with leadership, and it emphasizes people orientation without compromising task orientation. That's one thing. And I have cited the examples of some leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, then various other like Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa. All those examples I have given. So various things are mentioned in this book. These are all the basic hallmarks of soft leadership.
Okay, so how would you sort of how would you correct how would you define soft leadership then? Because if you're speaking to either well, senior leaders as well, but if you're speaking to junior leaders that are just getting into management, I mean, how would you define soft leadership, and how would you sort of propose that they start practicing soft leadership?
See, as I told, soft leadership is required for both organizations and also for countries. The countries can explore this soft leadership because to bring peace and prosperity globally. That's one area. Soft leadership helps achieve organizational excellence and effectiveness for various organizations. So it aims at reaching out to countries, to organizations. And also, soft leadership is required for all levels of management. It's not that you were saying something about management. So now what I would like to say, this soft leadership is essential at the lower level, middle level, and top level management. It's not that it's only required for any particular level of management. And let me add one more thing. This soft leadership can be explored to various generations. Like we have baby boomers who are retiring. Some of them are retired, or Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z. So various generations have been mentioned in this book, and especially the soft leadership is more relevant this millennials and centennials, because the millennials and centennials appreciate working with partners, not with the bosses. The traditional school of thought is like leaders and subordinates, but the soft leadership emphasizes on partnership rather than bosses or subordinates. That is the hallmark of this soft leadership. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So, but if you were going to give, say, if you're speaking to a young manager or a young person that is entering into a managerial position, what key
Yeah.
tips or actual what key things would you suggest to them? Do this or don't do this. If you give me 3 sort of concrete tips for soft leadership.
The key thing is very simple. So treat them as partners, not like bosses or subordinates. That's the essence of it. And as I told you, things have changed with the changing times, and the leadership styles have leadership styles are also changing. But this particular soft leadership emphasizes all types of people, irrespective of baby boomers or generation X, Y, or Z. So when you talk about this millennials, millennials, we need to give an advice in such a that you people are very you need to have patience. The millennials and centennials are very ambitious. That's nice. But what I implore this both millennials and centennials is that you must be patient and also get along with various generations, because in any organization you have to get along with all kinds of generations. This is one thing, especially for millennials and centennials. You have to be very patient. You should wait for some of the people, they want quick results. It's not possible. Patience space, in the sense you need to be very patient. You should wait for results. Okay, that's the key thing which is required. But apart from that, these millennials and centennials are very smart, brilliant. They are willing to learn. They are passionate about learning. They are passionate about growing. So these are all the advantages. These are all the main areas. But the main concern millennials is that they must empathize with other generations. That is the thing. Second thing, you need to be very patient, because you need to wait for results. But some of the young people, they are not. They don't have patience. That is a challenge. Yeah.
So I lost the last part, but I think I got most of it in there. And I know that you write a, let's see, you have a blog as well, and you have this vision for 2030 as well,
Tell
right?
me.
You
Oh,
had
yeah, Vision 2030. Yeah, correct. So 1 minute. So let me show this book also. So this is, I have authored more than 50 books, as I said, this is the book on education and learning. This book is very close to my heart. Why? Because I have dedicated this book to former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, because I admire him a lot. And Dr. Ph.D. has written a foreword for this book. And this is Vision 2030, 1 million global leaders is the one I have started because I am passionate about education and learning. I'm passionate about acquiring knowledge and sharing knowledge. So I started this Vision 2030, 1 million global leaders for more than I think 7 years. So I started grooming students in various educational institutions. But things have changed after the pandemic, and I had a brain stroke, and the pandemic has changed the things globally. That's one thing. And after that, I had brain stroke, and I was on the bed for a few weeks, and for more than 1.5 years, I was on the bed. For more than 1.5 years, I had so many health issues. Even now, also I have challenges. My right hand was paralyzed. I can't write and type. So these are all the challenges I'm having. But despite having these challenges, I'm not giving up. I want to groom 1 million students, global leaders. So after the pandemic, things have changed because things have gone online. Because earlier, traditionally, I was educating in various educational institutions. Now, after the pandemic, so I started sharing my knowledge online. That's how I started doing. But again, for that also, there is one more challenge. The brain stroke has stopped my activities. Hopefully, once I get back to the track, maybe it may take 1 year or 1.5 years. I'll get back to the track, and I'll get back to the feet, and I'll keep sharing my knowledge either physically or online. That's what I am thinking. And this is the story about my book. So I have so many books. Each book is different. Each book is unique. Everything is meant for a particular audience. That's how I other books and publish.
But the coming back to the
Yeah.
vision of 1 million global leaders by 2030.
Yeah.
And what is it?
Yeah.
What is it that you hope or see or want to achieve by then?
Yeah, I have started this Vision 2030. That means I have some plans to go to education institutions and to share my knowledge, because I wanted to go to education institutions physically and groom students as global leaders, because I am passionate about education and learning. So that's how the story, that's how the journey has started. But still, I'm optimistic that God gives me enough courage and strength to move forward and to build 1 million students. And why I started this Vision 2030, 1 million global leaders, is that the baby boomers and Generation X are gradually retiring. So there is more emphasis on millennials and centennials. So and there is a leadership deficit globally, because there is a gap. There was a leadership deficit globally, so it was there. So to fill that gap, I started 1 million global leaders, especially for millennials and centennials, because young people need some leadership qualities. So I started this Vision 2030 1 million globals. That is behind this Vision 2030 1 million global leaders.
Okay, that's very impressive, and I also have to give you impressive that you had. I mean, I know that you had a lot of hardships with COVID, and I know that you were very ill in COVID as well. And I'm happy to see that you're back. Are you completely rehabilitated now? Are you okay now?
No, no. Let me talk about the. This is the basic book we started our discussion. This is the book on vision. This book is on See the Light in You, for which His Holiness Dalai Lama has written a foreword. This is very close to my heart, because this is on mindfulness, and basically I'm very passionate about students' education and learning. So when I was conducting classes for various students, then some students, some suicides were happening. Then I felt very bad the way things were happening. Then I thought, why not to address the suicides, because they were raising in India. Then I got a clear, then I started exploring, and I wrote some articles on how to prevent suicide. Then I also talked about wellness, mindfulness. Then I also talked about divorces. Then also I talked about various other things, like how to live in the present, and how to tame the monkey mind, how to overcome anger, like that. All the made into a book. Then I have, in fact, this happened some 4 years back, and before the pandemic. And this book is more relevant than ever before. Why? Because after the pandemic, people started realizing the importance of mindfulness, and people started understanding how fragile the life is. So that's how, then I have covered. Then I started covering various aspects of mindfulness, wellness. Then how organizations can work to ensure mindfulness for organizations. Like various things I have covered in this book. And then I requested His Holiness Dalai Lama, because he lives in India and I also live in India. Then this book is the apt book for His Holiness Dalai Lama. Then I requested His Holiness Dalai Lama to write a foreword, and I am grateful to His Holiness Dalai Lama that he has read the manuscript and appreciated my book, and he has written a foreword. This is how the journey with His Holiness Dalai Lama has come, and this is how the journey with Dalai Lama come. But I wanted to gift this book to His Holiness Dalai Lama, but then at that time, COVID cases were raising. That is 2019. Then he said, this was not the right time to invite and to take the books. Then somehow, I could not give the complimentary copy to the His Holiness Dalai Lama.
Hmm. So if we have, I'm just looking at the time here as well, but if people want to follow you online, I know that you're very active in social media. I know that you're very active online. where would where do we find you? Apart from on LinkedIn, of course, but where would you want to direct people to follow you and what you write?
See, my book, I have blogs. I have two YouTube channels, and various I have various other social media platforms. Especially, I am very strong on LinkedIn. Why? Because LinkedIn is an authenticated one. It's a professional network. So I mostly focus on LinkedIn. That's the main area of interest. There are so many other platforms because I can't concentrate on all these things. So this is the challenge, and I have four blogs. One is Vision 2030, 1 million global leaders. One is Where Knowledge is Wealth. One is Knowledge Grows is when shared. Then fourth one is Professor MSR Born for the Students. So I have four blogs, two YouTube channels, and I have my own presence on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and various other channels. And my books are available on Amazon. If anyone Googles my name as Professor M.S. Rao, they can find books on online. They can purchase the copies because I have got very good number of reviews on for this book. Not only for this book, for other books also. So my books are available on online. Anyone can purchase online because nowadays physically people are not going and buying. So things have changed. Sometimes the Kindle editions have come, but luckily my books are into print edition and also this e-edition. So in both the ways, I am able to reach out.
Yep. Wonderful. Now, I'll just say to everybody that is watching this that start by going to LinkedIn and looking for Professor M.S. Rao. And from LinkedIn, then they can find all of your other channels as well on YouTube and also the books on Amazon. With that, Professor, as I said, these are just very short coffee break chat interviews. I'm really happy to have had time to speak to you today. Thank you for being on my recording. And I wish you the best for the coming weekend and, of course, the future as well. Good luck with everything. And I will see you online. I'll see you on LinkedIn as well.
Thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And thanks for your time because you're very busy and you are passionate about education. So we have some common qualities. So
We
I'm
have a lot of
always
things,
grateful
yes,
to you.
indeed.
Yeah, I've seen your videos also. You're also very much passionate about leadership, and also I respect your time. And because still you took time out from your busy schedules to send the link and connect. So I'm always grateful to you for giving me this wonderful opportunity with gratitude.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And have a wonderful day and a great weekend. Take care. Bye for now.